Jesus Freak here, and if you're observant, you probably noticed I stripped something out of my YouTube handle. Just felt it worked better that way. Anyway, just thought I'd make this random little video. Because I made a grocery run about a day and a half ago. And I just thought I'd mention 3 different kinds of chili pepper I tend to cook with. This is called a Fresno pepper. I think they said it's about the same hotness as a jalapeno, but it's thinner. This is, I think it's called a Hungarian wax pepper, and it's in the middle of the process of ripening because it's turned orange. When it's fully ripe, I think these things do turn red. Normally, when you find them in the stores or shops or whatever, you don't. I think it tends to be a rather local thing. But usually when you see these type banana peppers, they're a very greenish yellow, very light color. And these do have a bit of a bite too. Not exactly sure how they rank against Fresno's, but yes, they're hot peppers. This is probably a bit of a medium pepper. This is the Anaheim pepper. It's a greenish color, but it's a light green, not the dark green like jalapenos. And it's not as hot as jalapenos. That's basically my milder one. If I really need a sweet pepper, one that's not hot at all, the one I usually go for is Cubanelle, but I don't have any Cubanelles with me. Cubanelle pepper is still this same basic chili shape. It's a yellowish green, a lighter color than this, and it's bigger than this. It's thicker. It's actually pretty thin when you cut it, though. So it's basically just a really big chili pepper. It tastes like a bell pepper. But since I got a taste for really spicy foods, I don't use those that much. If I'm looking for a milder pepper, usually it's an Anaheim I use. And like I said, I use Fresno's a lot in my cooking. So I bought these 3 different kinds. I figured, hey, I got these 3 different kinds of hot chili peppers, and the good thing about them, I can use them all together and get like a bit of color in my food when I cook it. Like, I might make something with red sauce. I'll cut some onion up, red onion, yellow onion. Usually I have red, but I'll cut some of that up and cut some of these up. If I'm making a salsa, which for me means really simple pico de gallo, I cut up some red onion or yellow onion, and cut up some Tomatoes, I cut up these, Anaheim peppers, and that's literally all it is. And makes a pretty good dip for nachos, for tortilla chips. Sometimes I'll use these in my omelets. Probably, unless it's like a Fresno, I'll probably only use like half of one of these. Fresno will probably use the whole thing, but Anaheim or Hungarian pepper, Inferno pepper, probably only use about half. I got this one soup. I have this soup stock that I buy at Wegmans, and I don't think anywhere else carries anything like it. It's a Thai style one. I'll take some green onion. I'll take fry up some tofu that I cut in blocks till it gets some color. And even if I don't use my usual vegetables, carrots and celery in my soups, I'll use a little bit of this. Throw it all in, cook it. Add some udon at the end. It's pretty good. One thing I don't tend to do, unless I got a lot of bread and butter and I'm willing to stuff myself with it, is I don't usually eat this stuff straight. Now I could. I've done it. I've eaten these straight. I've eaten these straight. I haven't eaten these straight. But, once I go through one of those, I'm like, the tolerance depends on, there's ways you can cook stuff that make it taste less hot. My usual is, I'll cut a ring around this top part, pull out the stem, and then I'll scoop out the seeds and throw them out. It won't be so hot. That's actually pretty much the key to a lot of my cooking. You can probably tell because I get a bit of a gut. I don't eat a lot of veggies, but there's a few that I try to, eat more when I can. Jesus freak out.